Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for tuning in to your reading. So today's reading is going to be a pick a card, and the timestamps are down below as usual. There should be options for you to choose from on the thumbnail, but you can just choose whichever group you're drawn to. Sometimes I like to use the timestamps themselves to give me a feel for what I might want to go with, but it's a general reading, so just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. And you can always watch more than one group or change groups if you feel that the reading isn't resonating with you. But if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, double welcome. Thank you for staying with the channel, and I appreciate your support, your continued patronage, and for those of you who have gotten personal readings from me, I greatly appreciate that, and your likes and subscriptions. All of those things are very helpful and help to keep the channel going, helps others to find the channel, to find the videos. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Today's reading is going to be about 2024, so the upcoming year. I don't think I did a reading like this last year, so I thought it might be different and interesting, hopefully a little bit fun even, or enlightening to do a New Year's reading this year. Okay, so it's primarily going to be about love, because this is a love channel. That's basically the specialty of this particular tarot channel, and so it's going to be about love, but then I am going to draw a card about the money outlook, just for the hell of it, for those that might be interested in that, because money's also very important, right? Money's important, love's important, and that's what we're doing today. So we're going to get started with the first group. I don't know how many groups they're going to be, and I am available for private readings right now, so if I get interrupted, then I'm going to have to cut off the video or pause the video and do that reading for a customer and then come back. So just heads up on that. That could happen. But yeah, we're gonna get started with group one. So pause the video if you need more time. Use your intuition to pick the group. Thank you for tuning in. I hope the reading is insightful. I intend it does some good. Likely there is a message here for you. If you were drawn to the reading, if you found the reading, then you're resonating with this reading. That means there's probably something here that will resonate with you and a message for you. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to start with the movie tarot deck. So think about your person of interest, if you have one. I find that the majority of people who come for tarot readings do in fact have someone in mind, whether they are willing to admit it or not. Usually they do admit it after we get started, but if you do not have anyone in mind at all, you can still watch, because like I said, there's probably a message here for you. It could be talking about your future partner or something along those lines, okay? So think about your situation. I'm going to shuffle the cards. For 2024, what's coming in love for the viewer? For everyone drawn to watch this reading, what's coming in love for them? In romantic love, in all kinds of forms of love, particularly in romantic love. For 2024, what does the future hold for the viewer? And what did I say? I'll be right back. All right, guys, thanks for bearing with me. I had to take that call really quick. And let's refocus on what we want to know here for everyone who chose this group. Let's look into their love life going forward, okay? What's the present love energy in the viewer's life? What's their love life look like at present? Let's look at that first. That'll give us a starting off point. Look at the Knight of Swords. Some of you could have strong Aquarius or Capricorn in your astrology chart. Sorry, I'm trying to find my words here. Wow, things could be very hectic for you right now in love. You could be dealing with somebody like this. This is the energy of rushing around, fools rush in, being, wise, but not necessarily smart. Okay. There's my Sagittarius Mercury coming out, putting things plain as day. Don't take offense, or, yeah. I mean, that's not my intention. It is not, my intention is not to make anybody take offense. But the Knight of Swords is about somebody being inflexible or rigid in their thinking, particularly with regard to an idea. They could have a really strong idea about something, and they're really not willing to budge on that, and they keep forging ahead with it, even though something is not ready, or even though it's a fight or an argument, or you're dealing with someone like that. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to get another card. Four of Swords. Eight of Swords. So we've got a lot of thinking going on. We've got nervous tension here. Very strong air sign energy is present regardless of your sign or the sign of anyone you might be dealing with. It is talking about just trying to get something, heal from something, maybe heal from somebody that's rushed into your life and swept you up off your feet, and it was exciting and all of that, but then they let you down just as quickly as they scooped you up, or some on again, off again type situation. Another scenario is that you've just been really busy. Life's been very hectic, and you're taking a rest period and a break from that. But as you're doing that, you're kind of envisioning, your next steps and what and your goals and what you want to happen next, or even just trying to think of a way to convince somebody of something, or to just make progress in your love life. You could feel like you're unable to do that, or that your love life is dead and cold and buried, and there hasn't been anything much happening. The situation is in withdrawal or separation, and you're just feeling quite, anxious about that. When feeling like you need to really take the bull by the horns, you really need to take, you need to take the reins on the situation to force it to move forward, to make it happen, right? It's a very hard, cold, masculine sort of Garth Brooks rodeo, just, yeah. It's boots and mud. It's all of that. So, yeah, okay. So let's put this to the side and see what's coming forward in the future. This is interesting here. So where do we go from this Knight of Swords, Four of Swords energy going forward in your love life in the future? For the viewer here. It's just really about not giving up on something, even to your own detriment. I'm seeing a blue jay outside my window right now. It's winter time, so that's kind of a unique thing to see. So go ahead and look that up. Maybe I'll look it up for you if I get a sec, but that could have some sort of relevant symbology. In fact, I feel like it does. Give me a second. I'm going to look what it means. I don't have the meaning of the blue jay memorized. Blue jay's spiritual meaning. Okay. You found your soulmate. It says that the blue jays mate for life. These birds are extremely protective of their families and will stick with them no matter what. Coincidentally, the phrase true blue is often associated and used to describe a blue jay's loyal behavior. So you're being very, very very loyal to someone that you feel is your soulmate. And I think that's what that's saying. Even though it's been in withdrawal or stagnation, even though there has been hardship that's being coped with and people are healing from, you know, you're still very like gung-ho about the situation. And if it's not relating to a specific person, then it's saying like you have this idea of having a soulmate. So despite coming across in this swords energy, which is very mind identified, masculine, logical, there is a part of you that is very romantic, still believes in the thought of a soulmate, and really wants to push that issue, really wants to understand what that means for you and what you need to do to make that happen, to bring that person into your life and to progress and move that forward. To even so much as talk to that person. Some of you might know who this is and you haven't spoken to them. You just want to talk to them. You might even want to fight with this person. You might not care if you guys get into an argument just as long as you're talking or communicating. There's a lot of different things that this energy is trying to figure out with regard to the love life. We've got the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Some of you could be Scorpio. I was getting that. Dealing with an air sign or have strong air sign placements, or Scorpio placements. Don't have to, but that's what that is. Also, I think with the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, it's saying that you really need to like be still and tune into your intuition. I think that's maybe what you're trying to do here. It's like after all the excitement, you come home from the rodeo, to stick with the analogy of that, you've put it, you know, put your all in it, and then you have to rest and recover. And at that time, that's when you're trying to tune into your intuition and get some like insight about your love life. And I think that you are tuning into your intuition. And if you're not allowing yourself to tune into your feminine intuition, then you really need to focus on doing that, okay? That's important. Now going forward, what is the love life of Group 1 going to look like in 2024 or just in the near future? How about like the first quarter of 2024? What will their love life look like? Let's do that. The first quarter of 2024. What will the love life look like for Group 1? They're coming out of this Knight of Swords, Four of Swords energy, and going forward, what's going to happen? Got the Moon. And we've got the Hierophant. So, taking time to tune into your thoughts and your intuition is going to pay off. Your intuition is really going to develop, and your spirituality is going to develop. You could even be meeting with a spiritual mentor. If you'd like a reading, my contact information is always in the description box down below. But you could be self-taught as well. And this is probably going to be happening naturally, this development of your intuition, based on you taking the time to calm down and go into a healing phase. And the Moon is saying that you're not going to have all the answers that you're looking for by the end of the first quarter. So around like March, April-ish, like you're not going to have all of the answers, but you will be illuminated on some things. Because when the Moon comes out at night, it casts a light on the things that you wouldn't have been able to see otherwise. So you will have some illumination. However, the Moon isn't the Sun, so it doesn't bring full clarity. And that's why you're going to have to trust your gut instincts, your intuition, to help you to make sense of things in your love life in a way that is constructive and positive, because it would be easy with this Moon energy to allow yourself to go to like darker thoughts or to become afraid, but you really can trust your instincts and your intuition, because you have been through a lot, and that has helped to hone your instincts and your intuition. Because the Knight of Swords does resonate well with the thought of instincts, you know, because if you think of like warriors and soldiers and things like that, we think of like the masculine interpretation. I'm seeing a squirrel now. Two squirrels. One's chasing the other one across the trees. Okay, this is an exciting day in my backyard today for some reason. Of course, it's not a coincidence, but anyways, the masculine interpretation of intuition is usually referred to as like gut instinct. So regardless of whether you identify with that aspect of your personality, as we all have masculine, feminine, it does feel like, your instincts are strong. Maybe you need to just develop that softer, more receptive, intuitive form of instincts, though, in the form of intuition too, and just keep doing that. And don't worry about mistakes with it along the way, because mistakes are where good instincts come from. It's through making mistakes that you hone and develop your instincts and your intuition. Like, that's part of it. It's just like anything that you're learning or applying. It's through the experience of doing it that you become better at it, okay? So, with the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like it's saying, like, keep doing what you're doing, okay? And what you're going to be doing for the first part of the year, for this first quarter, is like, you're doing it right. Like, you don't have to worry about making any changes. If you're healing, if you're tuning into those sides of your personality, those softer, quieter sides of your personality, and you're really listening to spirit, listening to your source, listening to your gut instinct, then that, keep doing that. So I don't feel like a lot of risk of you getting like lost in illusion or any of the things that we can associate with the Moon card here. I think as long as you're using your imagination creatively and to manifest your soulmate and to manifest coming together with the person of your dreams, as long as you're using it in that way, from a pure intentioned heart, and from pure desire, then I think you're good. You don't have to worry too much about getting carried away in a negative way or anything like that. So a lot of mysteriousness going on here, basically. It's like where thoughts meet intuition, and where cold hard reality meets the dream world. It's very spiritual, it's very mysterious, it's uncertainty, and it's saying, that things are going to evolve over time. So that might be frustrating. It might be frustrating to hear, especially if you're like gung-ho, you want to get this done now, like you want to move forward in love now, or you want, you have an idea about how you want it to go. And maybe it's been a long time where it hasn't been going your way. Well, there's still going to be more time that needs to pass, as this needs to evolve over time, and that's frustrating, but hang in there and be kind to yourself and to other people in the meantime, because that's the way you need to handle the situation. That's what's coming through. So let's go forward a little bit. Looking at the viewfinder here. Is this good? Yeah. Okay. Going forward a little bit. For those who chose group 1, the second quarter of 2024, what's going to happen in love? Not really taking flyers, but we've got the 3 of Pentacles. Some of you could be working with children. Some of you could be working with somebody from your past. There's some cooperation going on. People affecting the situation potentially, but let's see. So, yep, that's what I said. 6 of Cups. Children or somebody from your past. Maybe both. 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands. So 2 6s. Somebody could have strong 6 in their numbers in numerology. This is a card, these cards are great because they speak of contentment. They speak of harmony. I see you interacting with other people in your community in a positive way. That looks like something to celebrate, some sort of a victory. I see a lot of self-love and taking care of yourself. 5 of Cups, especially for those of you who have suffered an emotional loss. So, been disappointed in love, basically, or just had your feelings hurt. Like this is a card of happy days are here again. And it makes sense because around this time is going to be spring, summer, so we're seeing like outdoor activities, being around a community of people, but supportive people. Supporting others, being supported by others, giving and receiving gifts, but essentially like gifting yourself as well. I feel like those of you that have somebody and you resonated when I said that you could be being loyal to somebody or the idea of somebody. I feel like this is particularly if you have been loyal to someone who you consider your soulmate. I feel like you're going to get a chance to express that. There is some sort of positive step forward in the right direction around this time frame. Because these 2 cards just speak to me about bonding, loyalty, coming together. And the six of Wands is a positive step in the right direction. So it looks really good. Some sort of a win here at that time. So it's going to be a nice little break from whatever you've been going through. I'm seeing a lot of like friendliness with friends and family. Friendliness with family, that makes sense because not all family is automatically friendly, but I see friendly times with family even here. But but it's also like a vacation from the world kind of thing. So where I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of, inner work and taking time for yourself, like in the first quarter, and trying to figure your own stuff out, like internally. I see you continuing down that path in the second quarter, but with the help of like others who love you as well. Even if it's just like a pet, family, friends, a specific person, even that's possible. But it feels like more self-care and self-development, self-love. Like focusing on the home, just kind of really recovering from all this inner work that you're doing. And with that 6 of Wands too, it does, 6 of Wands shows, like I said, a step in the right direction. So regarding your love life, but it's not like the deal is sealed. It's more like things are moving in the right direction. If you are in a relationship, then it's about you guys experiencing something to celebrate together, that kind of thing. Let me see what else. This is where you want to, because some of you will communicate with your person of interest or a romantic person of interest. Like at this time, in this time frame, there will be something happening for you that's going to spark you up emotionally and make you feel better and like just make you feel good. But you will just want to make sure not to like over idealize this person, because that's where that negative or shadow side of the moon energy can come into play, especially for you Cancerian placements out there. Just getting that. We've still got Scorpio here. We've got some Leo energy in particular, but also fire sign energy here. Just watch out for idealizing a relationship or a communication, or whenever there's this progress, this forward movement, you've been wanting it for so long, you get some of that, you get a bit of forward movement, and it's good. For some of you, it's going to be really good, like a fantastic date, you know, something like that. Just don't allow yourself to get carried away, basically. This is a good first step in the right direction regarding your love life, like to get it moving again, so moving it forward. It's not Eight of Wands saying that, oh yay, you know, the situation's unstuck and we're home free. No, it's just saying that you've got the engine to turn over, right? If you step into the chariot needs an engine, right? Or it needs some sort of power to move it forward. And this is about like finding the right mechanic, or like fixing something on the car in order to get it to, okay, now it's able to actually start moving forward. So this is good. I'm excited, but that doesn't mean that the road trip is complete. You still have to do it. So, but I don't want to downplay that. It is some sort of a lovely victory, something for you guys in the second quarter here. So you could even be getting a new job, graduating from college or some other course, a promotion, things of that nature too. So I'm going to move forward a little bit more and see what else comes out. So beyond this, about the third quarter of 2024, what can the viewer expect in love? Seven of Cups. So you've got a lot of options with the Seven of Cups. It could come to you as a surprise. We've got the Fool at the bottom of the deck. So it's like you're done with this self-healing phase, and you've seen some positive movement forward. So with that Six of Cups that comes after the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about a disappointment or things not going well. Six of Cups is about, you know, a little, like a break period, right? From a break from your troubles. And then on top of that, experiencing some really positive forward movement, some support, and then we go to the Seven of Cups, which is about not really knowing what to focus on, not knowing what is real. It's kind of that Moon energy again. Having to make a decision, having to choose a path forward or choose a partner, choose something, and a choice needs to be made, and realizing that there is no perfect choice, but you can commit to a path once you've chosen it. And not making a choice is making a choice. So you might as well be the god of your reality that you are and take initiative and make a choice. It feels like whatever this is with the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands, it feels lovely. And you experience this, and it's possible reconciliation with somebody from your past or somebody that feels like a soulmate. We know that you are looking for a soulmate. And you get a step forward in that direction, and things start to feel a little new, like you have little clouds on your feet. You maybe fallen in love with someone new, or there is this rejuvenation of love in a current relationship that makes it feel kind of new again. And it's about getting ahead of yourself in some respects, and needing to not do that, okay? So it can also be a card of overindulging. So be careful with that, especially with all of this Cups energy on the table here. Could be talking about overindulging. So I feel like some of you could be either meeting someone new or reconciling with someone. I'm definitely seeing emotional activity and some physical activity in this section of the year, okay, by the third quarter. So that's all fine and good, but if you get ahead of yourself, then you might like miss some things, or you might be confused about what the relationship actually is or who that person actually is. It could be, especially if there is like intoxicants involved in any way. So you don't want to just kind of like wake up and have your bubble burst and realize that the situation wasn't quite what you thought it was. I'm not saying it in a terrible way. I'm not saying anything terrible. I'm just saying that that's what the Seven of Cups can mean, and in this context is that's what's coming through. So, I mean, this person that you think that you love, or that you do love, or will love, or really care for, catch feelings for in this period of time, just make sure you are, catching feelings for the right person. See them for who they are, because it's going to be really easy, when you're walking around with little clouds on your feet. It would be easy to not see that person clearly. Yeah. Anything else with that? And it just warns of infatuation, I guess, is basically what it's saying there. So somebody could become infatuated with you. But I feel like more that has to do with, like, you can see people for who they really are and allow them to see you for who you really are, and still enjoy those exciting, warm, and lovely love feelings or attraction feelings for one another. Like, that can still happen. Nobody has to pretend to be anything other than what they are, or, nobody has to get carried away in fantasy land when they're dealing with someone in the 3D. Like, there will be an opportunity to deal with someone in the 3D in your love life, so just go ahead and do that. But I'm hearing soberly, but do it soberly, okay? Okay, interesting. Now we're moving on past that. So this is the end of the year, 2024. I'm going to call this the ultimate outcome for everyone who is watching who chose this group regarding their love life. We've got Two of Coins, and we've got the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That was that Cancerian energy I was picking up on. Also Gemini energy too. So we're seeing some forward movement. This is Earth sign energy. I think this is the first Earth sign energy that's come out in the reading so far. So maybe you'll be meeting and dealing with an Earth sign by the end of the year. It's kind of like just like lighthearted activity. Like I said, you guys will have options. I feel like you'll have more than one option that you'll be juggling. More than one potential soulmates or love partners here. Persons of interest, right? That's what it looks like. For those of you in a relationship, you came into 2024 stressed out, not sure what decision to make or what to think even. I see that, you do get out of that energy, but you're still going to be at a crossroads in that relationship by the end of the year. Others of you, even if it's a newer relationship or reconciliation, you're going to be at, there's likely that many of you are going to be at a crossroads at the end of the year, as to like a positive sort of crossroads though. But I think it's a lot to do with making a choice, whether this is the person that you want to be with or not. There's a decision at the end of the year. It looks like with this person, we've got Justice at the bottom of the deck. Could be a Libra. But it's saying like you get what you give. So make sure what you're thinking, feeling, affirming is what you want. Because your actions will be based on those things. And what you do is what you're going to get more of. Like what your inner state is going to be reflected back at you. It's really talking about karma. And making the right choices now, in the present moment, and leading up to this time, will determine the outcome. So it looks like a positive outcome, but it's also to have a good outcome, you need to focus on those things. And it feels good for many of you, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting that by the end, by next year, the end of next year, you could be so comfortable with someone that is kind of routine and comfortable and it feels nice. But remember, variety is the spice of life, and you get what you give. And so you want to make sure to keep things a little spicy, but I do feel like a certain amount of comfort zone energy here with someone toward the end of the year. And it could actually almost feel stale, a little bit, just a little bit stale, especially after the second and third quarters of the year. So like through the summertime, early fall, we've got the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands and Seven of Cups. So it looks like good time, and people are getting their juices flowing, especially like regarding their emotions and their imagination, and they're being inspired, and they're having fun, and they're doing nice things and having nice experiences. By the end of the year, you could feel like things have gotten a little bit stale, but I think that's kind of normal anyway. That's just life cycle. I'm getting the double energy. Somebody's a Capricorn here. So it could be a Cancer dealing with their opposite, the Capricorn. She had kept wanting to force her way out of the deck. Some sort of decision regarding a toxic relationship, perhaps. Not getting toxic necessarily, but one that was meant to inspire more shadow work, or to help one sort through their karma a little bit better, or to work some things out, to learn how to rise above problems. It could even be just like an on again, off again type deal, but I don't feel like that's for everyone. I want to get one more card to clarify the outcome before getting you guys a money card, and then we're going to move on to group 2. Seven of Pentacles and the Lovers. So it's like waiting for a really long time for a decision to be made, or for a proposal even. Something, some solid step forward to progress the relationship, or to progress your love life, whichever the case may be. And we saw that from the beginning. And so there's a lot of work and patience and cultivating and nourishing a situation that may or may not pay off in the end for you. And it is really rooted in this lover's energy of wanting a soulmate, wanting to be with someone, I'm hearing, that's hard to get, or someone that you haven't been able to manifest, whether it's someone that you know or not. It's just love has eluded you, and you're wanting to, you know, stop the juggling act and, you know, to calm down and settle into receiving like your bounty, the fruits of your labor. Wanting to just kind of like, you know, relax and be happy with your soulmate. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, if there is a toxic relationship that you've been investing in and it hasn't paid off yet, it's not likely to pay off by the end of next year either. If you want to change that outcome, you're going to have to apply the law of assumption and take control of what you're already manifesting, since you're manifesting whether you want to or not anyway. Use that to your advantage, because some of you need to hear, and not all of you, but some of you need to hear that you know, you might be investing in something, and that's why you're being so rigid about it. Somebody is investing in something that is not likely to get them the payoff that they want. And then at some point, they're going to wonder if it was worth all the time and effort they invested in it. But for others of you, you are in a relationship with someone, and it's very passionate, especially physically speaking. And you guys are really, really into each other, and it's like very passionate. There's infatuation. I'm seeing real feelings for a lot of you as well. Real feelings here too. But by the end of the year, you're going to be at a tipping point where you're thinking, is this worth deeper investment? Because these cards are about investment, money, pentacles, energy. Up until this point, we had a lot of thinking. We had a lot of universal forces seemingly out of our control, and emotions and some passion. And now we're getting like to the point where, okay, do we ground this into reality? Is this going to solidify for real in the physical in my love life? Is this something that's going to be worth the effort? Is it paying off? I see you, you know, pulling back a bit to assess that. Okay. So some of you may even make the decision to like pull back your energy from, I mean, because you have a lot of options. So you're going to choose one person over the other person, or if you are, you know, stuck on one person, then you're going to choose to get back out in this dating scene, put yourself back out there and be open to new people. That's another thing that's coming through here as well. All right, guys, let's get you, let's see, a money card. Sorry, I'm getting a message. Just a second. Okay. So shifting gears, for those who have chosen group 1, what does their money outcome look like for 2024? What do they need to know about the future of their finances, and what's likely to happen for them money-wise in 2024? One card, sum it up. If you have any questions or concerns regarding your finances, viewer, go ahead and think about those. Let's get some answers. Nope. This one. All right. 5 of Wands. Okay. I'm hearing UPS, unique, or USP, unique selling point. Unique selling point. We've got the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is a very positive card, speaking about, you know, getting what you want, experiencing abundance. But that wasn't the card that came out. The one that came out was the Five of Wands, which is about competition, which means that whatever you're doing, there's going to be competition for your money. Okay? Or what I'm saying, competition for your business, competition for your money, basically, for you, in the way in which you get money. There's going to be pretty stiff competition, whether we're talking about coworkers, whether we're talking about in your own business, competing with others. Unique selling point. What is unique about the services that you provide and or the product that you do or provide that is unique, that is worth somebody spending their money on you versus somebody else? Or if we're talking about a workplace setting, what is unique about what you provide at work that is worth your boss, investing more money in you versus somebody else, giving you the promotion versus somebody else? Okay, interesting. So it's very much about work. I see emotionally you being fulfilled with that Nine of Cups, but if we're asking about money, and money is closely linked to what you do, most people have to do something for money, it's saying that it's going to be a moderate year, but with competition, right? It's a kind of middle of the road. It's not going to be the worst money year you ever had. It's not going to be the best money year you've ever had. It's going to be right in the middle. Emotionally, you're going to be satisfied. You're going to have people in your life that make you happy, and overall, you're going to find satisfaction and abundance in your life. But when it comes to your money and handling of that, there are other people that affect it. There is competition for your resources, or competition that you have to contend with. And so just just expect that, okay? It's not going to be all easy peasy. Not that it ever was or is. For some watching this could be an improvement. Maybe it's like their nose is always to the grindstone and they feel like they're not getting anywhere and they're still broke is a joke. And others are like, yeah, I've had it pretty easy because, my boss really likes me and I'm really well taken care of. Well, this is saying you're going to have to fight harder and work harder for your money in 2024. Again, it's a very kind of middle of the road sort of energy with regards to money. I am seeing stress, and I am seeing change, maybe stress that comes from change, but ultimately that happens for growth. This can also indicate some sort of travel for work, or even moving places of employment. But it is mostly about, you're going to be earning your money for sure. You're going to be earning it. But it doesn't look terrible. So I hope that makes sense. That's what I've got for you guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be very helpful. It does help others to find the channel. And if you'd like a private reading, that's always the best way to get into your information, get into your energy, and get more information about your particular situation. My contact information is in the description box down below. You can stick around for group 2, or you can check out. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful. I intend it serves you well, and I will talk to you guys next time. Welcome, group 2. Thank you for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So go ahead and think about your love life, your person of interest if you have one, and we're going to look at your current situation in your love life, and then we're going to get some outcomes for 2024. All right. Oh, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So somebody could be a fire sign, a Cancer, or a Gemini, or have those strong in their chart. Could be dealing with someone like that. Could shortly be dealing with someone like that. The Ace of Wands is a card of passion. It's a new beginning, a passionate new beginning, we always say in tarot. So it's a passionate new beginning. So it's looking good. Somebody has sparked your interest, perhaps. You're starting some sort of a new cycle in your love life. And I really feel like somebody has caught your interest. So yeah, she's looking very interested, like what's in that cup. This dude is underneath. That's her counterpart. The King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You know, those are natural counterparts. So you could already be in a relationship. You guys could be at odds. Maybe you've had an argument. This person is watching you from a distance, if that's the case. If you're at odds with someone, a soulmate, someone that you love, this is kind of relationship we would see if two people are in love with one another. If that's the case, it looks like the masculine is watching the feminine, trying to see maybe what's going on there. If not, I'm getting some other messages, but I don't want to blurt them out unless I'm sure. Also getting some Pisces and Aquarius energy. Somebody could be in a long established relationship, but you guys kind of like, even though you love one another, I'm hearing the dude is distracted. I don't know what, not getting that, but so the feminine is like looking for maybe a new hobby, something new to do with their friends or with their kids, or even maybe looking for a new romantic partner altogether. That's not going to resonate for everyone because it's a general reading and energies can be flip-flop or vice versa. So they're interchangeable, switch it around if that applies better, but this is what I'm getting. So I always tell the truth on my channel. This is what I'm saying, that there is a feminine who is looking for a new love. So maybe a new cycle to return a spark to an existing relationship, or someone out there is just experiencing some new passion. Some passionate new beginning here. That's exciting. Not gonna lie, that looks good. So going forward, let's look into the first quarter of 2024. How are things going to look for group 2 in love in that period of time? Wow, lovers. 2 of Cups. Look at you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're manifesting something. This could be a magic wand that you're manifesting. I got the magic stick. Yeah, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing a song. Okay, anyway, I'm also getting... And the clouds have parted. The sun has come out. Wow, you guys. Woo. You have met someone who has not only caught your interest, but they have sparked something within you. There's a lot of attraction and love here, or there will be love in the first quarter of 2024. It could be a newer connection, but it could also be a rejuvenation of love in a present or in a current connection. I'm inclined to say for a lot of you, it is a newer connection or someone that you have been you've been waiting for or feeling connected to in a psychic sense for quite some time. You could just have had a realization about someone that you're interested. This person that we're talking about could be somebody that you just have this like sudden realization. Like I said, the clouds part and the sun comes out, there's clarity. So somebody has a realization. And that realization is it has to do with being in love. So it's like, wow, that's exciting. What can we say about that? I mean, to get the Lovers here for a love reading, that, and then the Two of Cups. Do you know how infrequently that happens? This is like the Lovers of the two. This is like, oh, I can't even talk. The Lovers of the minor arcana is the Two of Cups. Wow. I'm seeing, okay, so get ready, because this is coming in the first quarter of 2023, and I feel like some of you already just met this person, or you're looking for like a rejuvenation of passion in your life, and you've started something new, and that's leading you to the beautiful Lovers and the Two of Cups. Seeing a lot of, this is somebody that's going to show you off. They're not going to hide you or hold back in that way. They're going to be proud of you and the relationship. I see it being, at least that first quarter of the year, being a successful relationship. And just bringing like a lot of abundance, even financially for some. For a lot of you, there's going to be some abundance. Like this is really abundant energy. And abundance, when it enters our life, usually doesn't just affect one area of our life. It affects all areas of our life. Seeing it bring a lot of peace as well to you. But a lot of passion, SEX, soulmate, desire. It's just really, I don't know what to say. It could be referring to a choice, but it feels like not a choice between two partners. Maybe for somebody out there, but right now what I'm getting, it's more about a choice of life-altering choices related to when you meet somebody and you fall in love and it's soulmate lightning, then that does have an effect on other areas of your life. And so I think other areas of your life, there'll be some choices, important choices, that will be affected by this relationship. I feel like you guys, especially my manifestors out there, you're really manifesting. See how his head is a light, right? His head is lit up with manifestation power. And if you're not doing this, maybe you should start doing this. You don't need to necessarily hang yourself upside down. You could do yoga or some other sort of meditation or practice to really visualize and imagine yourself in the state of your wish fulfilled. If it's love and romance that you seek, a particular person that you seek, it's not a violation of free will if you understand the laws. If it's those things, then this could be a big old hint. Since you're watching this, you're here for a reason. It's saying, hey, jump on that, because the energies are good for manifesting what you want. Others of you, you're already doing that and it's working. Like there's a love wish fulfilled, achievement. This is, yeah, it's really good. You're extremely lucky. Whoever, like, oh, wow. Yeah. Whoever this is resonating for the first quarter of 2024, you're just going to wonder what you did to get so lucky. Like you were just going to be blessing the skies, blessing the gods, blessing fate, whatever the case may be. These two cards here, and you saw them come out on camera. So these two cards, the Lovers and the Two of Cups, is considered the most romantic combination in tarot. If there is such a thing as a sure thing, this is it. Enjoy it. This is happening. This is happening. You guys, you're in for a very passionate relationship. You guys are going to be having just so much fun, and it's going to be very easy to get swept up. very easy to get carried away. If you have any issues with your self-esteem or self-concept, start working on those now so that you know that when this shows up, it is what you deserve and you don't sabotage it. And you're not tempted to do anything to sabotage it. And you're not, and that way you don't attract a version of this person who would sabotage it in any way. So start working on your self-esteem, your self-concept. I deserve to have love. I deserve to have what I want in love. I deserve to have the partner that I want. I am worthy. This is natural for me. This feels good. It feels good when I get what I want. It feels good when I have the loving partner that I want. It feels good when I have the love life that I want. These kind of things. Just whatever feels good and resonates with you. Start saying those every day. I am worthy. I'm deserving. I'm good enough. Anyone would be, overjoyed to be with me, And I am ready to receive, all the goodness and abundance that the universe has to offer me. Okay? Because pay attention to how this romance makes you feel. Really milk it for what it's worth. Because we get what we focus on, and we're often too busy focusing on and empathizing with sad stories and sad situations and things we don't like or want. This is saying, yes, milk it, feel it. How does it make you feel? And don't just always be worried about how it makes the other person feel, because they're going to feel how you feel. They're a mere reflection of you. The only time that might not appear true is if your self-concept is off. So make sure that you're very secure in yourself and in your self-esteem and in your self-concept, how you view yourself and what you think you get to have. So that you can allow yourself to have this, because this is excellent. Love, wish fulfilled, achievement unlocked, It's all jackpot, baby. Let love reign supreme. It's, happily ever after time for the first quarter of 2024. Well, okay. I'm gonna get a sip of my my cocoa, just a second. Gather myself. I'm so happy for you guys. So many of you deserve this so richly, so richly do you deserve to have, your love wish fulfilled. So going past this to the second quarter of 2024, what can they expect in love in that time frame? For everyone watching, they're coming out of this excellent time frame. I mean, it's right around, I guess, in this time frame we're having the Valentine's Day, and it's just a lot of romance, a lot of good stuff. I can't even. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to talk. That'd be good, and we're gonna move forward. So after that, what's going to happen? Oh my God. If I had a mic, I would drop it. Because I have the best cards that come out, like, statistically speaking. I just want to go on this whole rant about this right now, but I'm not going to. I'm just saying, this does not happen. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, Four of Wands. Hello. Four of Wands. Soulmate. Twin flame energy. Bottom line, at the very least, soulmate. Relationship. Moving in together. Solidifying the relationship. I'm hearing making it work. It can indicate marriage, but it certainly, at the very least, indicates celebrating together amongst a group of people, maybe having a heartwarming housewarming, with your friends and family included. It's about people being in love, people finding stability, people watching an investment in time and effort pay off. and getting what they so richly deserve, which is what I said before. You guys richly deserve to have love and romance in your life, to get the romantic partner that you want and the type of relationship that you want, because I've seen your cards over the years. And reading for the collective, you see a lot of trends. And a lot of times it's been a struggle. That struggle is over for many of you. Like if you chose this group, claim it, because it's over for you. It's hard to imagine that this, it can become anything, far less than what it is right now, or what it will be, from the beginning of 2024 to about the middle of 2024. It's hard to imagine that these energies could be anything much different from what we're seeing, because these energies are so powerful and they are so positive. But I don't want to speculate yet. I am seeing 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. 9 of Wands is about really putting in the work, really holding out, even when you are down to your last dime, even when you are at the end of your rope, really holding on. So I'm not sure what that is referring to. But with the 4 of Wands, we can see just how beautiful that is. It's been historically known as the twin flame soulmates energy. So, but regardless of what label you put on it, it's talking about happiness. It's talking about even a surprise, like somebody is going to get engaged to. Somebody's going to have, somebody's going to experience the popping of the question. How do you say that? Somebody's going to pop the question to you, viewer. Not all of you, but somebody is going to experience that. Somebody's going to experience somebody placing keys in their hand, whether that means keys to an apartment or a home, or keys to a vehicle. Also, we're seeing this is about relationship. Even though it seems like it's a newer relationship, regardless of how long you've known this person, if you know them, it feels like infatuation, early days honeymoon vibes. But it also feels like it's old as time itself, because it's a soulmate relationship. And that's how soulmate relationships feel. Like you've known this person forever. Like this was meant to be. Like God brought you together. But see the look of surprise on her face? Some of you, that look of surprise has to do with something about this right here. For the adults out there watching, you might kind of figure out what I'm saying, and we've got snakes on both of these cards. You're going to be pleasantly surprised in that department. Others of you, the surprise also has to do with what I said before. Getting engaged, committing, making the relationship official, going steady, going together, as we used to say when I was a kid. Being claimed, okay? Claiming someone, being claimed in return. So it does look like there's going to be some dancing, some good times. You could literally attend a wedding, if not your own, but attend a wedding with this person. You could attend a wedding or a dance or something like that with this person. Some of you could be Jewish as well. Just a random thought that came through. I feel like there is a surprise. I think meeting this person or becoming more deeply involved and in love with this person, it could be a bit of a surprise for some of you. Like maybe you had wanted that, but sometimes even though we're manifesting something, or if you're a more 3D person and you think in terms of the 3D more, when we're working hard for something, we know that it's coming, but when it does show up, it's still kind of like a happy surprise. So that's what I'm feeling like. You already live in the state of knowing that this person is yours and they are yours. That this person is yours and you are theirs, and that this relationship, is your destiny, or this person is your soulmate, or this is happening, like you're manifesting something into your life, like you already kind of feel. And those are the people that get these types of relationships, people who come from that place of knowing that this is what they deserve, this is what they want, this is what they're already happy without it. They already feel fulfilled without it because it's already energetically something that they feel that they have. Like nothing's missing for them. They feel like they've already got their soulmate. They feel like they've already got a good life, and they're confident in themselves, and they just know it's happening for them. So in that sense, it may not be as much of a surprise, but there will be a surprise. There will be a pleasant surprise associated with this, is my point. And it's just better, even if it's just that it's better than what you expected. Like you knew that you're going to end up with this person, or that it would be great once you were together, but then it's just so much better than you expected. It's just heart expanding, mind blowing, however you want to describe it. It's just so much better than what you expected with your hopeful expectations. It does mean a happy union, at the very least, okay? And I just can't even believe that these 3 cards are right here together. Wow, I'm having a hard time. Bear with me, guys. Thanks. I mean, this is in your favor, so you should be happy. What I'm saying here, my speechlessness should indicate to you just how significant of a positive love reading this is for you. Because I'm tripping about it. And I did watch this, The Y Files. It's a channel on YouTube. It's just very entertaining and informative. If you haven't checked it out, I love AJ. I love the channel. It's excellent. Check it out. But he was talking about cards and how you could take a deck of cards and you could shuffle it literally billions of times and never come up with the same card combination. And that's why tarot is so special, because it regularly defies the laws of random distribution. Meaning that there is something else at play when it comes to these cards than just luck or something like that. Okay? And I know what I'm talking about when I say that the 2 of Cups, the Lovers, and the 4 of Wands all coming out in the same spread. Like, they're like 90% of the reading. That's unheard of. It's because your energies are aligning with this beautiful outcome. So I'm really happy for you guys. This is definitely commitment. I feel that this is the person you will marry. Some of you are over there kind of like 9 of Cups about it, feeling a little smug because 1 or 2 of you are engaged to marry this person in the springtime. And I'm freaking out about it. And you're like, well, I already know because it's already scheduled. Like, yeah, I see that. Yeah. And others of you, you do know, but you don't have tangible proof of it yet, but you will. And it will surprise you in that it'll be so much better than you think it will. Okay? So it is, it does speak of commitment, even in a newer connection. Even if that commitment means that it's just that you guys are choosing to be exclusive, romantically speaking, like you're choosing one another and to go steady and it to be like exclusive, or I'm hearing I would choose you again and again. In every lifetime I will find you and I will choose you. I love it so much. Okay, you guys, we're going to move on to the next phase. Anything else? Just happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. All right, moving on. Let's go. So, what are we on? The second quarter, right? No. Third quarter. Third quarter of 2024, what does Group 2's love life look like? We've got the Ace of Cups. Somebody's having a little girl. Not everybody. But, wow. My cup runneth over. Another new cycle in the relationship. We've got the Ace of Swords underneath that. Wow. We're getting very strong new energy here. If this is somebody from your past, this person is completely different than they were before. And it's more than likely that it's because you are completely different than who you were before. Like, those two things need to go hand in hand. But with this Ace of Cups here, it's been hard work. It's like maybe a lot of time has passed. Some of you have been dealing with like a very strong individual that's very logical, who doesn't surrender to their emotions very often or very readily. But that cycle is over. Your patience has paid off. It's helped you to get to know each other very intimately, and that realizing that I can't hurt my person. Like, I can't do anything to my person because I get instant karma. That's what I'm getting. With this type of a soulmate relationship, you should know that anything that they do against you, they're going to get an instant karmic bitch slap for that. Same thing with you. Anything you do against this person, like intentionally to hurt them, you're going to get an instant karmic bitch slap for that. We who are aware enough can notice when karma is playing out in our life, regardless of who it's with. But with this person, it will be especially noticeable. And it might have been what has taken this person. That's why they're like, you could be dealing with an air sign, but regardless of sign, we saw the Nine of Wands earlier. We've got this Ace of Swords in this deck. It shows the Ace of Swords covered in bandages. Underneath that, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, somebody that's slaving and laboring away, trying to make something work, trying to endure the amount of patience that's necessary to make something work. Then we've got the King of Swords here, and I feel like it has to do with this King of Swords. And up-leveling with the World card. So it's like finally doing the work necessary to realize that, you know, you get what you give in life, and that the wheel of karma just happens that way. Like, what goes up must come down, and you need to be generous in giving to your soulmate because, you know, the tables will turn, and you have to remember what it was like when you were down and out, because you will be there again, and you'll need somebody to, you know, to be there for you at that time. So you need to be that way for your person. And it's like, and then the Page of Pentacles, seizing a new opportunity, appraising it, which is what the King of Swords does well anyway. Appraises, judges, observes from a very cold and tough perspective. He's very high maintenance, but when it comes to this relationship, it's the energy of getting down to earth, getting grounded, and being a kid again. And it's like, with the Temperance card, learning the moves intimately, right? That sounds sexy, but I don't necessarily mean it that way. I think that the chemistry and the sexual compatibility will be off the chart and really wonderful for both of you. But I mean, the relationship is a dance. And realizing that that dance requires some, I'm hearing suaveness, fluidity, some ease, some trust. And it's like somebody has this shocking realization, or has had, or will have, where they're, you know, kept up at night and like, wow, I've been an idiot. Because this person is my inheritance. This person is my legacy. And I really need to choose, you know, this person, or fight for this relationship and take charge of it. And I need to embrace kind of this earthier and more passionate and more instinctual side of myself than I had before. And if the only thing on the line is my ego, then I can drop the shtick. I can drop the act. And I can embrace, embrace the love. So, all right. That's no small feat. And whether you're the one that's whether you're the one that's resonating with the King of Swords energy yourself, or your person is, or this person is, the King of Swords, when he is woken up to his divine nature and his divine love and his capacity for divine love, that's like a really beautiful thing, because it's not easily done. But that's what we're seeing here. And regardless of whether, you're going to be dealing with, or you're dealing with the King of Swords energy, I'm just saying, for example, that's the energy that's here. That's why I'm speaking on it that way. But, okay, so coming back to the reading. So the third part of 2024, you're still just, you're just so lucky. You're so lucky. This is so nice. It's just what you want. It doesn't matter, whatever, like the consequences, or not consequences, but the circumstances is what I meant to say. Whatever the circumstances are, maybe consequences for some of you. I don't know your situation. But the circumstances don't matter, because this is just saying you're getting so lucky here. This is the most concentrated energy of the cup suit, and the cups represent emotion. So this is pure emotion. I think some hard realizations will have been had. Like one hard realization, maybe for the masculine, will have been had in the meantime. Some sort of a heart awakening about the fact that certain things are meant to happen the way that they're meant to happen, and that there actually is such a thing as soulmates, and there actually are people out there that are meant for us, or more compatible for us. And that if we go with the flow, we're actually rewarded for that, and that you don't have to be in constant control of everything. In fact, that's often a way to stop our blessings from flowing to us. I think that once somebody realizes that the way that they've been doing something has been wrong for so long, maybe not in every respect, but with regard to this or love, then they feel a little foolish, but at the same time excited, because I'm getting the feeling like, for an example, like an analogy about what I'm experiencing from this person, whoever this is, whether it be you or your person of interest, or the one you're going to be with, the one you're going to be involved with in 2024, this feeling of when an atheist dies and they go to heaven, and they just like feel stupid, because their entire life they were just like, oh, you can't prove it, it's nonsense, it's just something somebody just just heaven is just something people say to make themselves feel better. That's their shtick. That's usually what they say, right? Some variation of that, and that's fine. No hate to the atheists out there, although you are spiritual curious because you're here, right? But that's what they often think, and then they die and they go to heaven. They go to the other side and they realize, oh God, I'm such an idiot. I was so wrong all that time. I'm having to eat my words. And on the other hand, I'm so relieved, and I'm so overjoyed that I was wrong, because this is so excellent. This is beyond what I could ever have imagined. This is so good, and I'm so happy. And thank God I was wrong. That's the kind of thing that I'm getting here. This person. Some sort of a realization, whether they vocalize that or not. I'm seeing that happen somewhere along the course of this relationship in 2024. And then you just keep going to new levels of happiness, new levels within the relationship. And this is a new loving level within the relationship around the third quarter. Okay, so around summertime, I think. So, some sort of an announcement here. That could be as well, maybe announcing your engagement, announcing the birth of a child, announcing, your second honeymoon if you're married to this person, or announcing a vacation or a trip. I mean, aces are already super boosters, especially the Ace of Cups, because it's so positive that it boosts the cards and the meaning of the cards, and it lightens the dark cards in the spread, and it boosts the positive energy of the positive cards in the spread. This spread is phenomenal. We've got 3 aces here. They're all big fat yeses. Whatever you came to this reading wanting to know, like, will I have my soulmate? Will I meet someone special? Will I meet the one? That kind of thing. Whatever you were thinking, it's a huge affirmation. This whole reading is an affirmation. Yes, 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 yes. This is a wish come true. So be careful what you wish for. Make sure it's defined in your mind very well. Your self-concept's on point, and the type of relationship you want. Go ahead and write that down. Really think about that. Allow yourself to feel the feelings of what that would feel like, because that's what you're going to get. This is coming. This is what you can look forward to. And you're going to care so much about this person. You want to make sure that, that you care about how you feel at least as much as you care about how they feel. Because when you're so in love with someone, it always becomes like about them and how do they feel, This is my baby. And when you have a baby, you want to make sure that the baby is feeling okay, right? You're really tuned in to their energy, as you should be if we're talking about an actual baby. But if we're talking about a partner, then you also want to feel like you're your baby, and you want to check in with yourself and how do you feel. And it feels great and everything, but do you need more rest? Do you need to drink more water? Do you need a little me time? Even though you love this person and you always want to be in their hair and you always want them around, do you really need a little me time? Little questions like that, you might want to be asking yourself throughout this. But I mean, that's the only thing constructively that I am being guided to say about this. This is just more happily ever after energy. It's very exciting. I feel like it's really exciting. I wouldn't say it's a roller coaster. I'm not getting that. But it's like you're at a playground all of 2024 with your soulmate. And it's like the first part of it, you get swept up and you're whisked away. And then like midway through, you guys get on like a merry-go-round. Right? It's just fun. It's kind of stable and predictable, but it's still like, it's fun and enjoyable and joyful. And then towards the end of the year, or like in the third quarter rather, then you're getting on some other ride, some other fun ride in the love amusement park. And then you get to be delighted all over again because it's a new ride, but with the same person. It's just a real romance. It's stars in your eyes. Everything they do is perfect. And even though you will have been committed by then to this person, it's still going to be like stars in your eyes. Everything that they do is perfect beginning. Like something reminds you of that, or something happens that you're feeling that way. You're both feeling that way again. So you're just going to want to keep your head on straight and enjoy it. But I think it would be really, really easy to just get swept downstream with this energy. It's so strong and there's so much of it. But it's certainly all good. So one final card here, and then I'll get you a money outcome reading, or money outcome card rather. And then I'm gonna maybe try to squeak in or sneak in a third group, but we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, so for the last quarter of 2024, what does the love life look like for group 2? Eight of Swords. Somebody didn't have a pregnancy scare. But not everybody. And this is what I was talking about. It would be really easy to get swept up. And I was saying, you know, a moment ago, that with this energy, it'd be really easy to get swept up. And it will be. And what goes up must come down. There are consequences for every action and every reaction. And so we're getting the Eight of Swords. Underneath that, we've got the Page of Cups. So things could get a little silly in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure exactly why. But there is this energy of being in one's head towards the end. Especially if you're an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't know why that's coming through, though. Maybe you're going to start overthinking, because that's a lot of emotion that we're dealing with coming through the entire year of 2024. And emotions are kind of hard for you earth and air signs, typically, right? Typically, to really, really process. It's a challenge. So you could be getting a little bit too much in your head. You could be starting to impose some restrictions on yourself. Maybe become a little dependent on this person. So being forewarned is being forearmed, so that you can prevent this from happening. This is a heads up, okay? It's like whatever you're going to be thinking about, like worrying about, and this could be your partner as well, but I am feeling like it's more the feminine energy. If your partner is a water sign, if this person is if they're a water sign, if they turn out to be a water sign, then I feel like this is particularly true. So if the feminine is an earth sign, or with those traits, and the masculine is a water sign or with those traits, this message is especially true, that they're going to be imposing restrictions on themselves, and getting themselves into this kind of like victim mindset towards the end of the year, where they feel like they're incapable of something or worrying about something, being in analysis paralysis, holding themselves back, but it's not necessary. Okay. Could be an energy of feeling like trapped in the relationship at that point. Like it's been such a ride and a whirlwind, especially if this is a brand new relationship. You haven't even met this person at the time of this reading, and then by this time next year, you guys are basically married with children or a child on the way in some cases. I think the natural kind of human response would be to be like a little overwhelmed by that, and maybe starting to feel like the weight of that setting in, like this is my life, like I have been caught kind of thing. But this person, whoever this is, whenever that happens, they need to realize that they still have choices. And that the lack mindset needs to be watched carefully because it can manifest unwanted things. So that needs to be looked after and addressed or just avoided if it can be. The Empress. Yeah, it could be related to if you guys have have a child, like really shortly after getting together, or someone becomes like a step parent, and it happens all like within this short span of time, or it just feels like that, or it feels overwhelming to someone. Then that's where that Eight of Swords energy comes in, where it's like, oh no, I'm trapped or I'm stuck, or, you know, that kind of thing. Even if they're free, even if that's not the case. And I don't feel that it is. I mean, we look at the rest of the reading. Yeah, this is your soulmate. I opened up on the Six of Cups. I think you'll work through it. This is your family. This person's going to be your family, the one with whom you have a family, however that looks. And with families come like certain amount of family politics or home politics, where you guys are having to navigate situations together and negotiate things and practical details and calming of worries and fears. But ultimately what it boils down to is a divine relationship that is full of love and commitment. So just reassure your person that, you know, that you love them and that you accept them. And I think compliments are going to go a long way with this person. So maybe at the end of the year, having had such intense romance throughout the year, people are starting to, you know, fall off a little bit and not be as appreciative or something. Or somebody could be perceiving it that way. This is saying, you know, when you see that happening, you know, reverse it and continue to reassure yourself, or ask for that reassurance if you're the one that needs it, or reassure your partner. You know, this is somebody that has deep emotions. So that's what I've got there. Emotionally sensitive. Let's get you a card. So otherwise, I mean, come on, that's excellent though. The entire spread was just like perfection. The Eight of Swords is a card of you know, anxiety and worry over nothing, basically. It's much ado about nothing, or there's a saying, something flash and fury resulting in nothing, that kind of a thing. So, but remember, our thoughts create. So if we're thinking something consistently and it's not serving us, then that can happen. So we want to nip that in the bud and reassure ourselves, or ask for the reassurance that we need, and or reassure the person in our life that's behaving that way, and let them know, you know, that they're loved, compliment them, and make sure they feel appreciated and stuff. So all of that can be avoided and redirected. As far as finances for group 2, what does their financial outlook look like for 2024? I'm going to use my Art Deco Tarot. If anyone would purchase that, the link for that is down below, as well as the other card decks that I used in this reading. The links to purchase those are down below. I appreciate you guys checking that out. And if you'd like a private reading, please check out the description box down below. That's always the best way to look into your particular situation. And I appreciate you guys. Please do hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. That does support the channel and help others to find the readings as well. Okay. Financial outlook for 2024 for the viewer. Got the Seven of Wands. I'm not taking flyers, but I'll acknowledge it. Somebody's going to be defensive regarding their finances. Maybe other people are going to want your money. or you're worried that everyone's got a hand in your pocket. I think that's not an unusual worry, but let's see what the financial outcome will be. For the viewer. Four of Swords. You got the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You have enough, you're stable, but it still feels like you could have more. Still feels like something's missing, so you're not getting to have everything that you want. But financially speaking, you know, there are some challenges here. Let's see. 4 is a number of stability, so that's why I said I feel like it's not going to be terrible, but I am seeing like worry over money. So you'd be feeling like you having a lot of bills to pay, a lot of people wanting money from you. There's just like, you know, a lot of avenues through which we can watch our money go. So I think you're going to be taking a break from that, actually. I think this is going to allow you, I feel like coming into 2024, you have especially been in fight or flight mode, trying to like stay on top of your finances and kind of just manage your money as best you can in face of all of these different demands on your money, and you're just defensive about it. But I feel like Four of Swords is a year where you can, 2024 is a year with the Four of Swords where you can take a break and you can just relax for a bit and just kind of coast a little bit, and come back renewed to the fight. So I feel like you've caused, yeah, with that Seven of Wands, you come into 2024 stressed or stressing about money. A lot of people are, but in the Four of Swords here is saying that there's going to be a time for you to take a break from that stress. Could be because you're having all this fun with your lover and you guys, you know, two wallets are better than one, so it's going to take some pressure off you financially, and you're going to be able to just kind of like coast for a bit through 2024, feeling more consistent, feeling like money is more stable. I don't see maybe a lot of growth financially, but like I said before, with that Two of Wands, there's room for improvement financially. But at the very least, you can relax in 2024. It'll be a nice period of not having to struggle and strain for money as much as you did before. And so 2025, you'll be able to come out swinging, right? When it comes to making that money. But 2024 will be an easier year for you financially. This is wonderful. Good for you guys. Thank you, Group 2. I appreciate you tuning in. And you take care. Stick around, I guess, to see if I do a Group 3. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to my patrons. Check out Patreon. I was thinking about doing Tarot of Sexual Magic reading, but I cannot do that over here on YouTube anymore. I did notice that one of my most popular readings of all time on YouTube was a sexual reading. Okay. What would they do if they got you alone? Since I can't do that, or I don't feel comfortable doing that on YouTube anymore, I'm thinking about doing it over on Patreon. So if you want to become a patron, you can vote for me doing another one of those readings by subscribing to my Patreon. The link for that is down below, and then I will do a reading like that for you guys. Others of you, if you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description box down below. And I'm going to move on. Have a great day. Welcome, Group 3. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a long time no see. I just decided to go ahead and do a Group 3 because I did get a different device with more memory, and hopefully this will work. So we're going to do it. This is a reading for 2024, your love life in 2024, what you can expect, and I'm going to throw in a little bit about money as well toward the end. So stick around for that as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have any specific questions or someone on your mind, go ahead and think about them, and we'll see how it plays out in 2024. Excuse me. And as I told group 2 at the end of their reading, if you would like me to do a tarot sexual magic reading like I used to do on my channel but am not really allowed to do over here on YouTube anymore, then check out my Patreon. The link for that will be down below. The more people who sign up for Patreon, the more likely I am to do a reading. My most popular reading I ever did on this channel, believe it or not, was What Would They Do If They Got You Alone? So using the tarot of sexual magic as well as the sexy messages. Can't do it over here on YouTube, got to do it over on Patreon. If we get enough patrons over there to support the channel, then I will be doing that reading over there. Okay? Excuse me, my gosh. So what can group 3 expect in 2024 in their love lives? I'm going to look at your present energy and go from there. For everyone watching who chose this group. An Ace of Pentacles. So you're starting off with an ace. One of the previous groups also started off with an ace. Excuse me. Aces are new beginnings. So you could be an earth sign or have it strong in your chart or be dealing with someone like that. Either way, with regard especially to homework, money, we've got new energy. So you could have just started a new job, a new income source, moved into a new home, or a new relationship. We've got 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which is about loss. So my heart goes out to anyone that experienced that. But the good news is that, fate is turning in your favor. After that loss comes a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. So the first quarter of 2024, what is love going to look like for the viewer? Nine of Pentacles, strong earth energy in this group. Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Venus in Virgo, a love for perfectionism. Nine of Pentacles is somebody standing in their single power. Okay? So most likely you will be single, or if you just started dating somebody, it's still at the phase or the stage where you're both very much individuals and where you're very much independent. It doesn't mean that you're not enjoying yourself or enjoying this other person or your love life. It could be very sensual. Things could look really good on paper, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of emotional connection yet, okay, in this first quarter. So even if you were in a relationship with you being in this Nine of Pentacles or the Nine of Pentacles energy being here, it does show it being, like I said, kind of like you're still single. But whenever you are going out or having a date, it's very luxurious, romantic, like in a traditional sense, in a worldly sense, right? Like red roses, nice restaurants, for examples. So nothing to turn your nose up at necessarily. It's a lot of style. It's getting dressed up and things like that, but it's not, it's like style over substance kind of thing. Not seeing a lot of emotional connection, but it does look fun. It looks fun. And you could meet someone that you're going to go on, or have met someone that you're going to go on nice little adventures with. I'm not getting a huge amount of romance yet. Like I said, it's just not likely to be found here in the first quarter. And that might be just what you're looking for. If you're in this Page of Pentacles energy, Page of Pentacles is in it for, in it for the fun, in it for the sexy times. And that's okay. That's just where, just where they're at. So, yeah. If that doesn't sound like you, it might in the future. We're talking about the future, or this is the person that you're going to be dealing with at that time. So seductive, yes. Nice dating experiences, yes. It could even be like some romantic grand gestures, but it just feels like a little bit surface level. Okay. Again, some of you, this might be like exactly what you're looking for, or, just emotional space so that you can feel more secure, feel more comfortable, means keeping somebody at arm's length, as a form of self-protection, or that your romantic partner will do this to you in this first quarter. So let's go beyond that. So like from, I guess, March to June-ish, what will Group 3's love life look like? What do they need to know about that? Magician. So we've got some Virgo and Gemini energy here. Interesting. I think it goes along with, we've got the cool Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, air sign energy. But I was going to say, it kind of goes along with the feeling that I was trying to put into words a moment ago regarding the type of relationship this is. So it could be that, the Magician is good at putting on a show. And if that show happens to be the show of romancing you, or of entertaining or impressing you, well, he's pretty good at that. I'm just going to say he, but apply the pronoun that fits. But there is a he on the card, so it's easier to say that, and it feels like the masculine. But it could be the feminine energy that is good at putting on that show. But it is style over substance. But then someone, likely the viewer, might be thinking, I've got my eye on you, and I would like something more. I'd like to enter a new phase in the connection. I would like to go from the very beginning of the connection to where it's brand new, or a new cycle, depending, but brand new, and move it to the next stage, which is the Magician. Magician is the next stage. He comes after the Fool. Fool is the very beginning of the cycle. The Magician's the second step. So this is saying that you'll be able to get that. Like whoever puts their mind to that, whoever wants to move it forward a little bit, is going to be able to do that. And it might happen right as it seems like it's not going to happen. So like snatching victory from the jaws of defeat kind of thing. I don't know, that sounds dramatic, so it might not even be that dramatic, but it's saying like maybe when it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, then it happens. I do feel like somebody here is really very much a thinker. Getting very strong Virgo energy and some Libra as well. Very analytical energy. And the Virgos that I have known, the females especially, but both of them, but I'm getting like a female Virgo energy regardless of who it is. They are very much like detectives. They are, I mean, they really tackle the task of figuring somebody out and figuring out how to get what they want, okay? They approach it from a very mindful place. So if you're a man watching, this could be, you know, a female that, or a woman that will be looking at you that way, trying to figure you out and get, you know, what they want out of you. But it can be vice versa or interchangeable. It's a general reading. So just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. But that's what I'm getting. Others of you, it really does mean that this is the type of person that you're going to be dealing with in that time frame, in the second quarter of 2024. And this is a polished person. This is a smooth person. This could be somebody that always, you know, says the right things. I mean, he might actually be all that in a bag of chips. He might actually be, you know, be as great as he appears to be, or whoever this is might actually be that great. But then again, it could be like an act too. But, you know, the magician tends to be somebody that's articulate, confident, attractive, funny, sexy. But this person's kind of a unicorn. If they are as good as they appear to be, they're kind of a unicorn. So that just lets you know that if they're coming across like that and just a bit too polished, then that might be something that you want to keep an eye on. I think maybe you already be doing that anyway. Kind of just, not in a paranoid way, but just, you know, alert. Because there's usually like, you know, something about them that that you would need to know, but that they're not going to advertise to you, you know. Sometimes this card, and I don't feel like it's going to be, yeah, I don't feel like it's going to be this scenario necessarily, but for example, this could be like the really suave guy that very attractive and everything, that you think is like really perfect on paper, and maybe you think, well, I'm not really looking for anything that serious right now. I'm enjoying the relationship for what it is, and he seems great, and you're good with that. And then at some point, maybe you start wanting to have more. But even if you don't, you know, you end up finding out, for example, that this person might be a little bit unsure about the true nature of his sexuality. You know, a little bit unsure about his true sexual orientation. Something like that. That's very personal to him, that, you know, might be very personal, but all at the same time is something that someone that he is dating or involved with would like to know, you know, kind of thing. Now, I don't want to freak anyone out, but that's probably a scenario for someone, or else I wouldn't have said it. For the rest of you, it's maybe somebody that just exaggerates, you know, like what they do, or just comes across. They might not even say anything to exaggerate anything or to mislead you, but they could come across by their appearance. You might judge them as being a certain kind of way, and then find out that they're actually very different from that. Some people don't feel like they're lovable enough unless they are behaving in a certain kind of way. And this does remind me of a Libra sun, Leo moon that I once knew. I think the only one that really fell for his shtick was him. But he was putting that, you know, routine on because, number one, he was in entertainment, but also that's what he thought that he needed to do to get the attention or the recognition or the respect that he wanted. So there's some energy of that here. Like, if you are willing to like wade through all of that, insecurity basically that this person is like covering up, then you might find that this person actually is a lovable person, or not. So I guess we'll find out, won't we? With the Queen of Swords here, it says that you're definitely going to be alert, basically. So what I'm saying here won't be a huge surprise at that time. If it is, already at that time, it won't be a huge surprise. You'll already be like assessing the situation. She's the counterpart to the King of Swords, the King of Swords. So she is intrigued and intellectually stimulated. So it'll be interesting to see, if this intellectual stimulation that she's finding in this magician in the second quarter of 2024 ends up being good for her, or what she wants or whatnot. And still for others of you, it's like I said at the beginning, this is about creating what you want, pulling off a magic trick, basically. Yeah. But I don't know, you don't want to always be the one making something happen, right? So let's look at let's go a little bit further. So the third quarter of 2024 in Group 3's love life, what do they need to know? The Knight of Pentacles. So you could be meeting somebody new with this Five of Swords conflict. There could be a knight in shining armor. He is the epitome of the true knight in shining armor of the fairy tales, because he's a stand-up guy, solid as a rock. And with the Five of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, that speaks of conflict. Verbal and mental conflict, but it involves more than one or two people. So I don't know if you get in an argument with this person and then someone steps in and you end up liking him better. I certainly like the Knight of Pentacles better, or at least he makes a more solid partner than the Magician a lot of times. It's interesting. So, it's the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I mean, the Five of Swords, I'm not going to lie, is not one of my favorite cards. But he does come out with the Knight of Pentacles, which is one of my favorite cards. So, did I just say that out loud? I did. Interesting. I don't think I've ever really sat and thought about whether or not the Knight of Pentacles was my favorite card or one of them, but evidently it is. So, in the third part of the year, it does look like there is some sort of conflict. And it feels like the kind of conflict that two people who are coming at a relationship from an intellectual standpoint would get into. Because a moment ago I was talking about how the Nine of Pentacles finds the Magician to be mentally stimulating and interesting, but that it was kind of a surface level relationship, like romantically or emotionally speaking. Well, what's wrong with that is kind of like what I was saying. Okay, Eight of Cups underneath that. So devoid of that emotional connection, or having a lack of that, which is what the Eight of Cups is depicting, somebody being disappointed emotionally and moving on to find their emotional fulfillment. What we're left with is fighting for funsies, where, if both people are on board with that and it's on the level, and there are no low blows, and it's just strictly fun and mental bantering, verbal bantering, that's fine. But if we're being honest, the Five of Swords isn't usually about that. It's about somebody bringing a cannon to a knife fight, somebody overdoing it, somebody, like two people like kind of teasing each other, and then one of them just goes real low. Well, that's why your dad didn't love you, or some, you know, really like, what? I just teased you that your hair was sticking up, and you just like, what? Okay, crazy. You know, that kind of thing. I hope that doesn't happen to you guys, but I'm just saying that's what's coming out for somebody. If it doesn't resonate, feel free to choose a different group or different reading from one of the playlists linked down below, or get a private reading from me. Contact information's down below. But it does feel this energy of contention of, you know, somebody's not wanting a win-win situation necessarily. Maybe not, that's not the entire relationship, but at some point in the third quarter of the year, so around September-ish, maybe around somebody's birthday, you know, somebody has to win, you know, at any cost, and it hurts the relationship. It's a snarly little exchange, but it's something that tells you that somebody is willing to deliberately hurt the other person to get what they want, which is never, ever, ever okay or a good trait. This win at all costs kind of stuff. Whatever is said in such an exchange will be remembered, even if it's forgiven. That will always be like one of those things that'll leave a scar. So, not good behavior, to say the very least. And if you guys can like get on the same page, and it just depends on the details of the situation at the time, but if you could treat each other as teammates and not adversaries after this point, then it has potential. But if not, then it's just not even worth it. It's a bad fit. And I feel like for a lot of you, it will be a bad fit, and you will move on to this guy, the Knight of Pentacles. And I already said what I said, like what I feel about the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, by the way. It's Taurus energy, a Taurus and Aries energy. So they could have that strong in their chart, but very grounded. This is the opposite of the Magician shadow side. These two cards together, Five of Swords and the Magician, remind me of Magician's shadow side. The Knight of Pentacles in his upright position, in his lighter energy, and that's what I'm getting, is a mensch, like a good guy, a good fella. Not the gangsta type, but maybe. Can there be like a Robin Hood type individual, a gangsta, but still a good guy or a good woman? Maybe. But anyway, that's what we're getting. So this is heads and shoulders better of a situation following this energy. So it looks a lot better. Just kind of look. Okay. Could also be a Cancerian person coming in, but this definitely feels like another person. Maybe for a few of you, this is, okay, you guys have your little exchange, then you realize that, hey, we don't like interacting with one another this way. Let's never behave in a Five of Swords way toward one another again. And at that point, it starts to become more solid, more solidified. I can see that. But either way, the energy has changed to embody this Knight of Pentacles energy, which is, this person is a catch. Like your mom would be pleased. The situation is calm, it's tranquil, it's secure, it's abundant, and it's nice. So it's quite a shift from this. Maybe this is just I'm hearing the last straw that broke the camel's back, or the last obstacle that needed to be overcome to move out of this energy that we saw previously in the year and move more into the stable Knight of Pentacles energy. It might be a way in which somebody finally learns their lesson too. Being attracted to something that is style over substance, mentally intriguing, but potentially toxic. That changes into embracing a calm person or a calm and secure energy, a devoted, earthy, constant person. You know, that's quite a shift in energy. He's very different from the Magician. He's not adventure boy. I mean, he is but yeah, he's still passionate though. He's just like steadfast and committed. He's a committed person and committed to whatever he does. And he's like like I said, he's like a good guy. He's a solid person. So if maybe somebody here needed constant variety and excitement in their life before, met someone like this before they were ready, they would find him dull or, you know, or boring. But this is also the same type of person that's not ready for actual true intimacy. And so they're trying to avoid it by just like seeking like excitement all the time kind of thing. But whatever the case may be, we see that shifting. So for whoever this reading's for, shifting out of this mode of what I said, like, you know, Five of Swords energy to the Knight of Pentacles energy. And if you're the person that I'm talking to and you're not ready for this Knight of Pentacles when he comes in, then, you know, just let him go. You know, just let him go. Because, and if you're the Knight of Pentacles and this person is someone that you know finds actual intimacy just too daunting for them to embrace, and they'd rather just go ahead and chase doomed relationships for the excitement factor or whatever that they tell themselves that they're doing it for, then let them go, because they don't deserve you. They're not ready for you. This is someone who is here to stay and will say so. He's thoughtful and he's attentive, and he represents, you know, security and abundance. So whatever happens with this Five of Swords shifts this energy into the Knight of Pentacles. So at the end of the year, what are we looking at for group 3? Oops. Got the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Positive turn for the better. Yes. Thank you for the validation, Spirit. That's basically what I said a moment ago with this, what we're seeing. Bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. Celebration amongst friends. Also, it's talking about three's company. Okay. In other words, a third person. What is the outcome for the viewer for 2024 regarding their love life? Quarter 4. Wow, the World card. Woohoo! 6 of Wands. Yeah. 6 of Wands. Like, what did I say at the beginning? Pulling victory from the jaws of defeat. One way or another, that's happening for you guys in 2024. It's moving it up to the next level. What I really feel like it's saying is it's moving it to the next level of out of style over substance. Out of just kind of like, we're dating, we like each other, but it's not that deep. To something much more substantial and moving it to the next level in some way that's very positive, that you both feel good about and you feel, yeah, that you both support. So the World card as an outcome card is excellent. Okay. And it does bode very, very well for your love life in general. We did have kind of an interesting story leading up to the World, but I think the World is here to just set aside, help us to set aside any worries that we might have about your love life in 2024, because it's letting you know that there's an end of the phase, and it'll be a good thing, like ringing in the new year in a big way, in a happy way, and being happy about it, feeling good about it. So we see you in a place of new beginnings here. Possibly with a Virgo, not necessarily. Some of you dealing with Virgo men. No offense to you Virgo men, for real, if you're watching. Hashtag not all Virgos. But you guys are that way. Can present yourself as such a gentleman and so refined. Some of you, right? Some of you are the Keanu Reeves type of Virgo that really is salt of the earth and is a national treasure that should be protected at all costs. But I've met very, very, very few of that kind, and much more of the kind that really comes across as suave and says all the right things and does all the right things to be considered a gentleman, or just however they're wanting to be considered. And then in reality is very crafty and shifty and can be like abusive. Not to me, because, you know, I see it coming, I duck and weave. But, you know what I mean. So I feel like you're gonna get past that energy and not have to deal with that by the end of 2024. This is just a card of great satisfaction, and it is a card of depth. So it really does kind of speak to what I was saying earlier about it not being a deep relationship, or your love life not being that deep in 2024. It's saying by the end of it, it will be. Okay? So some of you must want that, or whether you want it or not, that's what we're getting. There is deep fulfillment here at the end of 2024. It's a happiness that lasts. It feels like it's with this Knight of Pentacles. There's a shift that happens. It might be an ugly shift. It's going to sting, but it happens, and the energy shifts, and it's a long stretch of good luck after that. It's like you're going to want to slow down and really allow yourself to enjoy this toward the end of the year next year. You know, it's also a card of achievement. It's overcoming challenges. Some of you, it doesn't have to do only with the relationship or your love life, but it has to do with tricky job situations or school or just anything. It's saying that your results are going to be very beautiful. Your hard work is going to pay off. Things are going to finally just gently fall into place, and it's all good. So it is the best card of the deck for a reason. And it does soften any of the more negative cards around it, which really we didn't have. And they're all pretty good except for the Five Swords. This is giving you a big fat yes. It's an affirmation that you're going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, basically. And for some, it will be with this person that you have a Five of Swords experience with. But it will probably take a whole year for you guys to really move it to the next level in a way that you feel real fulfillment and satisfaction. And others of you, it's somebody that comes in with that Knight of Pentacles energy to defend, like the, what do you say? To defend the honor of the lady, you know, kind of thing. Somebody that's going to show you how you're really meant to be treated. Somebody to show you how you're really meant to be treated. And it's going to be much different than what you were used to being treated like before. And it's going to be authentic. It's not going to be a show or an act. So remember when I said that the magician can seem like a really great person, like really smooth and all that, and all, you know, but then there's this like caveat, or there's a snag, or there's this catch. not always. And sometimes the person that they're protecting or that they are covering up with their magician persona is really just a solid good guy, good person, good woman. But maybe they didn't feel like they could get the love that they wanted embodying that energy. So they embody this one, or their life just requires them to embody this one more. For some, that's the case. Yeah. So that's what I've got for you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate you. Looks good. You finished 2024 strong, and we're going to get you a card for your money for 2024. What is the financial outlook going to be like? If you'd like a private reading, my contact information is down below. Thank you to those of you who have gotten private readings from me. It does support the channel and keep me coming back. Oh, we're not taking flyers, but I'm seeing judgment. Uh-oh. I'm like, uh-oh, is that a good judgment or a bad judgment? Will it go in your favor or not go in your favor, financially speaking, in 2024 for the viewer? What's going on there? Ah, shit. Shoot. Sorry, guys. It's not good. I'm going to immediately get you some advice. Advice for the viewer. 2024. Regarding their money. How do they avoid this bad outcome? Seven of Cups. Really think about what you're investing your money in, how you're spending it, how you're handling it, okay? Seven of Cups says that there isn't a perfect choice, but you can stick to one once you've made it. Well, financially speaking, you guys, and I don't want to speak it into reality, so do some affirmations after you're done here. Yeah, you might be facing some sort of bankruptcy. Remember I saw the judgment card? That could be a legal judgment. Some sort of a loss of something major in your life. Materially speaking, related to your finances. Could be losing your job. It's okay. Okay, see this as the like every ending is, you know, what am I trying to say here? I feel bad for you guys. I'm so sorry. It's a portal to a new way of life. One door closes, the other one opens. It's a cliche, but that's really how you have to see it. The sun is rising in the background. The worst is over. It's interesting that this card has coins on it because traditionally the Ten of Swords, being air sign swords energy, doesn't have pentacles energy, which is money energy. But in this card it is, and this is the card we're pulling for your financial situation. It's a card not associated with pentacles, but he has pentacles on it. So what it's saying is, you know, a new day will dawn, basically. And you're on the brink of a new beginning. And however bad things have gotten financially or will continue to get through 2024, that phase, that cycle is wrapping up. It's ending. So that's good, because once that ends, then you can have a new beginning financially. You're clearing the slate. and better days are ahead. A new day is dawning, is what that is saying. Yeah. So, anything else with that? So the guidance with this, with the Seven of Cups, is like financially, you know, too many choices can cause you to be scattered. So you really want to focus your energy. Like, pick a couple of areas or avenues through which you can attain more money and focus on those. Or if it's about budgeting, if you feel too overwhelmed to budget your entire income, you know, pick a few areas that you're going to be firm about budgeting in. It's saying there are a lot of ways that you could lose focus regarding your finances in 2024, and you want to counteract that somehow, okay? So focus on one thing at a time. One money issue at a time and deal with it. One task at a time and deal with it. One project at a time, deal with it. One debt at a time, deal with it, okay? You don't have to be like, I can't, there's too many things to do, too many bills to pay, I just give up completely. It doesn't matter what I do anyway. This is saying, no. Some progress is better than no progress. Saving a little money is better than saving no money. Earning a little extra money is better than not earning any extra money at all. Just focus on it, okay? One thing at a time, one project at a time, one debt at a time. It might not be perfect. Your efforts and your options might not be perfect, but your power is in choosing and then seeing it through. And just clean up the mess, basically, right? Like, if you spill milk, you don't sit there agonizing about, oh, it's everywhere, there's no way I can fix this, I might as well just leave it here, let me throw some more milk on top of it, let me throw some cereal on top of it, let me knock some more stuff over on top of it since it's already a mess anyway. No. Start with what you have from where you're at and start cleaning it up, okay? Don't give up. All right, guys, I'm going to get you a manifestation card. You're the only group I've done this for. So I'm going to get it for you. Regarding your finances, any other guidance for the viewer regarding their finances? With that Ten of Swords outcome, what can they do to avoid that? Or make it better or redirect it somehow? Paradigm shift. New experience is integrating now. Materialization, growth, expansion, progression, cycles, change. Because this is a change. You know, we're going from the end of a cycle to the beginning of a new cycle. A new day is dawning. So that's a change. And I talked about cycles, and it's saying that here. It's like, this is something that is happening to create a paradigm shift, but also if you shift your paradigm, like how you look at things, the story you tell yourself about money, stepping back into your power, all of those things will affect the outcome. Then at the bottom of the deck, we've got specificity matters. The universe can only give you what you ask for. So some of you need to just kind of ask for it. Use law of assumption. Do affirmations. Say them. Write them. Imagine that you have the wealth that you desire, the stability financially that you desire. The universe can only give you what you ask for. Narrow it down. Be as specific as feels good. So don't be afraid to narrow it down. Like if you want a specific number in your bank account each week, a specific income for 2024, a specific avenue through which you get this money. Then let yourself, use that imagination appropriately. Seven of Cups is about the use of imagination, but it's mostly about the misuse of imagination. And since imagination creates reality, then make it work for you and start imagining instead of ghoulish and unwanted things that are leading you here. Start instead imagining and persist in imagining those wanted things, the victory, the abundance, the love, the security, okay? Because the universe, aka your reflection, the world, can only give you, you know, what you ask for. Narrow it down and be as specific as feels good, okay? So get in that imagination. Only think about your money situation, yourself, and your relationship with money in ways that make you feel good. And once you have that sense of, oh, it feels good, I do feel secure right now, my imagination has produced these results of me feeling good about my financial situation, then you know that you have set that in motion. And just keep doing that, because why not? It feels good anyway. So you might as well. That's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope it was helpful. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.